What's going on, guys? Sergeant Galaxy, aka Sergeant Galaxia, back with another video, starting the part 2 of the hidden cards that steal games. I have 3 more for you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the previous video. I'll put a annotation down below. So we'll just get right into it. So the first one out of the 3 that I have is Magic Deflector. It came out in Abyss Rising, and it reads, for the rest of this turn, negate all equipped, field, continuous, and quick play spell cards effects on the field. So, instantly, the first thing that should pop into your mind is, fuck you, spellbooks. This card really is just crippling to spellbook players just for the fact that Fate is a quick play, Grand Book Spell Tower is a field card, Spellbook of Life is an equip, and a lot of their good cards are either quick plays, equipped, or field. Wisdom being another one of them as well. This also stops players from activating Mystical Space Typhoons, activating any of their field cards, like for example with dragons, using Dragon's Ravine. This basically is a trap stun for spells, in the sense that it stops a lot of the continuous spells that are present throughout the whole game, and this kind of helps alleviate that. So you can always just think of it as basically trap stun but for spells. So there's a lot of different decks that this can be utilized in, mainly spellbooks, but anything with field heavy presence, Dark Worlds, like I said before, dragons or dragoonities that use them, and just basically anything else. MSTs, it's a good MST blocker due to the fact that it's a quick play and stuff like that. So the next one is Summon Breaker. Now, some people may or may not have know what this one is. It's relatively new. What? Stop. There we go. What? Stop. Okay. So it reads, during main phase 1, if the turn player successfully conducts their third summon of a monster, or monsters this turn, it becomes the end phase. Now, there is an old trap that is basically the same thing. It even has the same artwork in the background. I think it's Summon Limiter or something like that. It's the trap, I think, that I think it's either 2 or 3. One of the two. It's basically the same thing as Summon Breaker. However, the things that, I guess the pros that I like about this card is due to the fact that a lot of decks are playing very heavy field spell cards, this card kind of can act as a pseudo MST, in the sense that you're basically going one for one with their field cards, such as using against like Necro Valley, Dragon's Ravine, Grand Spellbook Tower, and other good field cards that I can't think of, Dark Worlds, Gates, and all that stuff. So, and the thing that I like most about this card is it's unaffected under Trap Stun, which a lot of spam decks are definitely running, because if their momentum gets slowed down, period, it's hard for them to lose, and that's why they main deck or side in trap stuns to not even care about your 3 back row that you're setting, so you can't do anything and they just win the game. But with Summon Breaker, it goes around that and it makes them slow down to basically your level, depending on if your deck doesn't spam nearly as much as other decks, such as Mermails, Six Sams, if that's even still a deck, and other random decks out there that just absolutely summon like crazy. And this just kind of helps alleviate that. And granted, it's easily MST'd, but what isn't? And there's a few other cons with it, just for the fact that I mentioned before. You can basically keep going one for one with field cards. They can just use another Ravine, or they can use another Necro Valley or something, but it's making them waste resources on this one card, and it definitely slows them down to your playstyle, which is really good. And the third one that is absolutely amazing against dragons or dragoonities anything that makes core either exceeds or anything like that is Stygian Dirge? Or, yeah, Dirge, I believe. Anyway, it reads, reduce the levels of all monsters your opponent controls by 1. So, dragons can no longer make rank 7s, and dragons never play rank 6s. So, this card basically shuts down their big plays. Period. That's the only thing that this card does. It makes everything just one level tinier, and it just eliminates their extra deck. Can't go into Draco Sack, you can't go into Master of Blades, you can't go into a Big Eye, you can't go into a lot of things that dragons are just familiar with going into, and they don't need, they don't have, um, they simply don't even think about putting in rank 6 exceeds, other than going against cards like this, I guess, but it's kind of, it's whatever. I mean, they could probably have room in the side, but this also affects certain synchros with dragon plants, also, due to the fact that they can't really go into, for example, if we're going into, say, like Dragoonides, it's hard for them to go into a first turn Stardust with a heavy back row set, because they can only do a level 7, and there isn't really any particular good level 7 that's generic that helps you protect your board as well as a Stardust would. So this is definitely good against heavy synchro players as well. Um, so yeah, those are the 3 cards that I definitely looked through with a lot of my old stuff. I apologize again if you guys have seen or heard about these cards mentioned before. Some people actually haven't, which is nice. So yeah, let me know in the comments, or make sure to like this video, subscribe to get more videos like this. I'm going to be doing hopefully another one by tomorrow with 3 or 2. There's still one more that I'm trying to look for that I had in mind. But anyway, that's it for the video, and I will see you guys later. So see you later, Space Cowboys.